And we're live. Go to my channel, maybe? Hey, there it is. I can share, copy this link, and then share it with people. Psh. Surprise! I'm back! Might not have a lot of people watching today, but that's fine. I don't know why not. Hello! Welcome to Wireless Let's Play. It's been a while for us on this end. Christmas happened, then New Year's, then a couple of other things, and we're back. Unless you're watching us all in a row, in which I thank you for clicking next. So, tonight, I don't know what you call it, hopefully finishing up Spyro's Ripto's Rage. And we ended in a snowy winter wonderland of goodness and happiness and not at all difficult levels. Behold, I have a drink as always. Just got sprayed all over me. Cool, that's what I needed. Alright. Hello, fawn lady. It's been a while. What's your name?
Keep collecting those orbs.
Allura.
We can't send you to Dragon Shores until you have enough.
Though
Not
press
only will the
triangle,
orbs help
it'll
power the
say
super
her name,
portal,
so.
but they'll help you break into the castle.
Okay.
Well, Spyro, it comes down to this. There's only one more thing I can teach you. And like all the best things, it doesn't come cheap.
Head bash.
The
Sure.
head bash move is very simple, really. All you...
Oh, cool. It's like a ground pound. Ow, my head. Alright. Let's go around and see what we got. Mystic Marsh. Marsh levels are always known for being enjoyable.
Especially when they're mystic.
Indeed. If you see me missing controls and doing things wrong and accidentally gliding everywhere, it's because over the break I both bought and 100%ed Spider-Man, and I'm playing through Bloodborne and Horizon Zero Dawn. These are some pigtails. What? Oh! Alright.
Things just aren't the same since our magic
Beware the
fountain shut off.
escargophans.
It sure would help if you could find out what evil force is behind this disaster.
Josh, I am not ready. I'm not ready for escargot fence. Of all the things I thought I would see, this was not one of them. What has science done?
It's not science. This is a mystic place. It's like the owl bear here.
True enough. Okay. That's depressing and confusing, but it's okay. Who is... Oh, it's a lemur. Go away, Zaboomafoo.
I prefer out of the box.
I don't think I remember that one.
It was a
Oh,
good
it's
kid
been-
show. My favorite part was just the opening where it's these two adults who take care of kids while the parents are at work, and they get a bunch of cardboard boxes of the kids, and they make this, big cardboard structures for the kids to play in.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, so the opening shows you, them painting it, getting it all set up, and they're like, all right, let's go inside. And then it's like a house inside. That was always really cool to me. It was like, I want to build a cardboard box that's bigger on the inside.
And then you become an adult and physics happen. Perfect case and example, I just hit circle to dodge out of the way. I think that's Horizon, and I think that's the same dodge button as Bloodborne. Those are snail rhinoceroses, and something is swimming in the water. I don't want to know what it is, but I feel like I have to. There we go.
It's just a regular fish.
It's a platypus pufferfish. Ow.
Fluffer fish.
Oh, the inverted swimming controls! Ow. What the? I thought I was seeing double. Oh, my thing is gone. I'll have to kill some frogs when I get back up there. Like right now. Bring me the ribbits. Must consume them.
I don't care if one of these could be a prince. I need his soul for my dragonfly.
Oh. Here I was trying to do fancy stuff and I didn't need to. Wonder when the frogs come back. I mean, this is just my punishment for killing random health potions everywhere I go, because...
At this point, they should be back towards where you started. At least one or two of them.
There's one. Hiya! Cool. Alright. I've killed the frog so it can spit out the butterfly. And then I transmutated the butterfly into a dragonfly. You know what that means? You're a wizard, Spyro.
You're gonna go to Scotland. You're gonna get a shitty owl. You're gonna like it.
What is that from?
It was this memed version of Hagrid picking up Harry. See if I can find the full script.
Whenever somebody mentions Harry Potter now, all I think of is the glorious and wonderful, oh, what is it? Killing experience. His famous Seamus line.
Oh. This is when you realize that the characters could die in Harry Potter. Oh no! Seamus!
Look at a sad duck. And a baby duck.
Okay. So it's Hagrid talking to Harry, right? You're a wizard, Harry. What? Harry, you're a wizard. I'm a what? A wizard, Harry. I'm a wizard. Yes, Harry, you're a wizard. But I'm just Harry. Well, just Harry, you're a wizard. Listen here, Hagrid, I'm just Harry. No, Harry, you are a wizard. I'm not a wizard, Hagrid, I'm just Harry.
This sounds like a Monty Python skit.
They keep on doing this for a while. After Harry starts going after Hagrid. I don't give an F, you fat Harry bastard. I'm not a effing wizard. Listen, Harry, you're gonna go to Hogwarts and do spells and shite, and you're gonna be fucking pleased about it.
Indeed, you will be pleased to know.
Hagrid, you're pushing me over the effing line. No, I'm not. You are a wizard. You're going to go Hogwarts. You're going to do spells. You get a wand. You get a fucking owl who will deliver your mail. Deal with it, you twat.
Yeah, that would be an entirely different book if Harry was like, "You're a wizard," and he's just like, "Nah. I want to go to Oxford and be a mathematician."
There was a fan fiction where Harry Potter was raised by, Petunia Dursley divorced Vernon and married some other guy who was a physics teacher, so Harry's like really into physics. And the whole fic is him questioning the wizarding world because it doesn't mesh with the laws of physics.
That's a very specific fan fiction.
It was. I think it was like several thousand words too. Like this guy like really did some stuff in it. But it was freaking hilarious because like he actually starts riffing on Quidditch because he's like, well, the rules are very silly, aren't they? So you get how many points from getting the snitch? And the game doesn't end until you get the snitch. Well, basically, whoever wins is just the first person to get the snitch. Why have anyone else?
Yeah, I've always wondered that. Like, what was the point of every other... It's like, alright, so Gryffindor makes their team, like, 15 Seekers, because it doesn't matter how many points the other team wins. Oh, no,
Yeah.
because in the books, it's not the snitch is the automatic winner. The snitch is 150 points. So, basically an automatic win, but there have been games, I think, in the books where, like, one house totally beats another one, so even when that other house got the snitch, it didn't even matter.
Right. Well, the thing is, like, for people, like, for those who play, the game in real life, they've actually edited the rules so that the snitch is only worth 30 points. It's like, oh, okay. Well, that makes more sense now. You
Yeah.
can beat a 30-point lead.
Yeah, exactly.
One of my other favorite bits was he starts freaking out when he sees McGonagall transform into a cat, and he's questioning her about the conservation of matter.
The eternal question.
It's like, you're probably about 100 and some pound elderly woman who turns into a cat. Where does the rest of you go?
Fanfictions asking the very specific burning questions. Oh, the camera is... Yikes. Okay. Cool.
Camera speed is
I
locked.
must have dozed off there. Golly, looks like I let the fountain switch off. Here, take this orb and, don't mention my little nap to Hydra, okay?
Did I just get an orb for talking to this person? Oh,
Yeah,
that was
no,
the main mission. Oh.
Yeah.
Oops. I was trying to find the wrong way to go, and I ended up finding the right way.
I just love the beginning of it. The first was it's like, Our mystical water fountain has stopped. What kind of evil, diabolical creature could have done such a thing? It's just that the guy in charge of it fell asleep.
Like most jobs in the world. Somebody fell asleep.
Ah, Spyro, a friendly face. A bunch of rotten thieves have stolen my spark plugs and I'm stuck here. Please get the 4 plugs back.
Who are you again?
Basil the Explorer.
Can't remember what level I saw him in.
You didn't. This is the first time you've seen him.
Okay, cool. Because he said old friend, and I'm like, I don't think I've ever met you.
No, they're playing up the fact that he's British.
Oh!
What ho, old friend. Old bean, what a jolly good fellow you are. Ha ha ha.
Tip tip cheerio, and all that. Do you like Cheerios? You eat fried Cheerios all the time, so I guess that's a yes. Or not fried, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah, basically popcorn Cheerios.
Yeah, you eat popcorn Cheerios, so it's obviously.
I don't mind regular
What on
Cheerios,
earth are
but
you?
I prefer honey. If I'm gonna eat Cheerios as cereal, I like the honey roasted Cheerios. But regular Cheerios, I prefer those cooked.
The thief is a flying squirrel, rat kangaroo thing. I am very ill-equipped for this right now, so I will not. And then totally come back later and do it. Na na na. Da 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 da. Have you ever seen the trophies for this game? Like the PlayStation trophy? There are some weird trophies.
I've gotten like all of them for this
nice.
game and the first one.
Congratulations.
Still working on the third, but
yeah.
What do you mean by weird? I'm curious.
Oh no, it's like kill these specific enemies in this specific area. It's not like the ones I usually see that are like totally looks like something you should be able to break. But I can't. How sad. Or I don't know. It's not like clear a certain level or anything like that. It's just that's not how you do it. Anyway. I don't know. They're just a little different from what I'm used to seeing. Although I'm not much of a 100% trophy hunter. I have 100% in games, just not trophies before.
Only some games do I ever go for like the trophies.
You're stranded. Yeah. What? Weird little pigtails, no feet. Dang. That was a low orb count. I think there was a mini game in there that I just did not do. So,
Mystic Marsh?
yeah.
So...
I mean, I saw it, I just didn't do it.
Yeah, there's the Basil one, and then you missed the beginning of the second mini quest you could do.
Yeah. I'll go back there if I need to, but if I don't need to, then I won't go back.
Right.
It's a very simple equation. Oh, we got skating mechanics now. But do we have the other staple, which is, what's it called?
Well, it's some consolation that you've
Ice
collected
block
so
bubbles.
many orbs. My high-tech portal here will take you to Cloud Temples.
I don't know what Cloud Temples is, but sure. It's a weird noise. Let's go talk to Zeus. Be like, hey, did you make all the dragons?
No, but my cousin, King Gwendolyn, whatever the hell his name is, destroyed all of them.
What a miserable existence. Oh, that poor statue sheep thing. He's the what?
I used to be one of Avalar's most powerful magicians, until that big warlock over there stole my wand.
Welcome to Cloud
His
Temple.
friends have used the magic within to take over the city.
Oh, jeez, you scared me. They look so happy with their new existence.
New existence, yes, but I think the reason that the magicians don't want them alive is the fact that they're just so violent.
Yeah, true. Got some Western music going on here. I'm so glad, like, books and shelving and anything doesn't burn with Spyro. Can you, with his breath, can you imagine somebody being like, Spyro, you have to help clear this area out of blank. And then all of a sudden, Spyro just breathes fire everywhere. He's like, I took care of the problem. And they're like, thank you, Spyro. And then they look at their village, it's just burned down. Whew, that was close. I made a sheep pack in the other game. And I wouldn't kill sheep. That consistently stays. So happy goat. They're so happy with their existence, I feel bad. Ain't no Rick and Morty stuff. Are you, up to date with Rick and Morty stuff.
Unless they've done more episodes after... are you up to date?
I haven't watched any of it, but I have coworkers who have just been quoting something like, human music. I like it. And just that over and over again. And apparently it's from Rick and Morty.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I'm a secret agent. I'm going to my secret hideout. Only members of my secret club are allowed to go there.
The joke of that is...
I'm not leaving unless you hide behind that tree so you can't see me.
So the joke of that was there's this character, Morty's father, who is just an absolute idiot, right? And that's the joke.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point, he ends up getting sucked into an alien scheme to get Rick's secret information for black matter energy or something that would speed up how fast their ships can go.
Mm-hmm.
And so they create this hologram that they put Rick and Morty into, and somehow they accidentally grabbed Morty's father, Jerry, and they're like, well, he doesn't matter. We're not. We don't need him for anything specific, so we're just not use any of our processing power on him. So they crank down the processing power super low.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's driving to work and he turns on the radio and it's like, we shall now let's have some human music. And it's just this absolute just noise. And he's like, human music. I like it. Gosh dang it, man.
So I accidentally did this correctly the first time, and then just didn't do it right again.
Yeah, you didn't actually go through the door.
Yeah, I didn't actually go
else.
through the door. So I'm gonna do this now the right way. This guy who looks like if somebody did an original character Do Not Steal on Link from Ocarina of...
Oh, so Lonk.
Yeah, of Lonk. But Kronk Lonk, you know what I mean?
Right.
What? You managed to get here without following me? You must be a member of my secret club after all. Here, take this secret decoder. It will allow us to send secret messages.
So do you think this guy was a Viking and he did something glorious by accident and Valhalla was like, well, we're not sending him here, so send him to the other place. And so they sent him here?
I always assumed he was just the older brother of Handel and Greta.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about those two. I just killed Spyro right then and there. Yep. That just happened, yeah. Oh yeah, that just happened, yeah. Wait a minute. Can I smash these with... I can. Then everything changed. When the Fire Nation attacked. Wait, are you kidding me? Oh, I gotta access it at its base in order for it to count? Man. This is gonna kill me more than any boss has. Well, in this game, I should say. Hop, skip, jump. So in League of Legends, they announced their next champion.
I saw. I didn't watch the video, but
Yeah. And they finally did it. They finally made a champion that steals other champions' ults and can use them later. And I'm like, oh gosh, the bugs. Boom shakalaka. People are here. 3 people.
Nothing you can do.
Oh, I can still hear comments. Hold up. Pay no attention. Yo-Yo Paraka gang on the loose. Nothing you can do. Oh, I love the Parakas. Comments to speech off. Alright. So we won't be hearing those, so I will need to look them up on the phone. Can't remember what I was talking about. But that's life. Anyway. Oh yeah, League of Legends champion. So you can like take someone's ult who's in the game and then use that for his own nefarious deeds. What have I missed for the last 30 minutes? You missed just this area and Mystic Marsh. Holy crap. Apparently you can still teleport without your wand, you weird people. They were too sheepish, sheepish? Sheepish on the draw. That was it.
Spyro, you have freed our city from the claws of those evil warlocks. Please, take this orb. I foresee that it will help you on your journey.
Sheeples. Or sheepless. Got an achievement, probably for not killing any sheep. Now let's look around for what I'm not supposed to do. Almost ran off the edge again. It's a common theme with me. So to the Agent Zero. Yeah, I think I can leave. Now how to get back up there? Hop, skip, jump. What on earth are you? We have a mystery.
Our mystical bell towers have been overrun by trolls.
Oh, they're trolls.
Haven't been rung in days. I tried a fire spell on the... This super freeze power-up will chill out the trolls, but...
Oh, here we go. Oh, my word. I love it. Oh, look at his little ridges. Let it go. Let it go. Na, 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 na. I can't hit anything.
Frozen How to Train Your Dragon crossover.
Oh, wow. Someone would do it.
I could probably find a fiction that's done it. I mean, there's way too many How to Rise of the Guardians Frozen crossovers already.
Yeah. Nope. I want to ask what's the weirdest fan fiction crossover there has ever been, but part of me doesn't want to know.
Well, I know I've told you about it.
You probably have.
It was the the infamous Goku, oh shoot, what's her name? Anne Frank crossover.
Right.
Where Hitler was a Super Saiyan.
There we go.
Of course, that fix has been missing from the internet for years now, so... Impossible to find. But of course, I'm never really one who reads the crossover stuff. Oh yes! Lyra, Heartstrings, and Jesus trying to destroy communism. I forgot about that one.
What?
Yeah, it was a crossover between the new My Little Pony series, Jesus. I think there was somebody else in there. Wasn't it like, I can't remember who it was now, like Teddy Roosevelt or somebody. And they were on a mission to destroy communism.
He's got a very, very, very specific set of tastes.
Specific set of tastes, or just, I want to do something really wacky.
I suppose you want an orb for doing that. Well, I'm afraid not. There's still one bell left.
Get it by using the whirlwind behind me. Oh, there. Okay. Oh, seriously, one of these. Oh, don't do this. Come on. Don't. Oh my gosh. You. Ah. Down I go. There we go.
The third bell is always the most difficult.
I don't even need you. Oh. There we go. There we go.
Thanks, Spyro. I didn't think you could do it. Here, have a souvenir from the Cloud Temple's gift shop.
Cloud Temple gift shop. Not all incorrect. The largest Buddhist statue in the world has a gift shop underneath it, so...
I believe it.
Yep. My geography professor was like, and here's the largest Buddhist statue, it's in this location. Guess what's underneath? And someone was like, a gift shop? And he's like, yes. Really? Yep. Uh-oh. Oh, no! Uh-oh. I just... Oh, everything's a disaster. Oh, gosh. I just knocked over a drink. Oh, I unplugged my headphones. Here we go. Excuse me while I clean up the floor.
problem is, Kevin, I am dying to know who that third, if there was a third person in that story.
Man, now my socks are covered in soda. Ah. Yeah. Excuse me. Alright. I have returned. Sodaless. Cha! 2218, great year. The gems are leading me this way. Only good things. No! I don't want to go in there.
Oh, okay. It was Kamina from Gurren Lagann. It was Lyra, Jesus, and Kamina. They had no, quote, they had no time for Stalin.
I mean, if you ever wanted a self-insert character, Jesus and Kamina from Gurren Lagann, to take down communism, well, I'd say you have a very, very weird set of tastes, but there you go. You found what you were looking for. And that person would be that author.
Apparently it was a joke, April Fool's Day thing from his usual story.
That's very cool. Mecha bees. And a mecha farmer. But holy cow. I'm with you, farmer. I'm with you, farmer robot. But poison types aren't good against steel types.
These here pests have infested our farm. Could you find the time to help us get rid of them? Find your way over to the giant bug lamp and turn it on so we can zap any more invading pests.
Once again, Spyro, giving me things I never knew existed. One of them being robot hillbillies, growing robot vegetables.
Fighting robot insects.
To really groovy disco music. Spyro, giving me things I never knew I wanted, but desired them when I had them. Never have I wanted something so badly and have never known it my entire life. Let's go, Killer Bee. Killer Bee. Where's that from? Oh, you gotta use this! Ha ha ha! Aha, mechanics. I've figured out how to beat the children's game.
To be fair, I mean, Spyro came out in a time when, you know, there really wasn't any, like, adult games or kid games. It was just games. Well,
yeah. I mean, I didn't say that as a negative. It was more of like,
right.
I just think, Josh, there are some game journalists that couldn't figure these things out.
Are you referring to the game journalist that couldn't figure out Cuphead?
Cuphead, Sonic Lost World.
I love that one. That was hilarious.
7 out of 10, too much water. You know, those kind of things.
Was that the rating for the new pirate game coming to the PS4?
No, that was the rating for Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. One of the reasons that it got a 7 out of 10 was too much water. It became a meme among the community. I don't know who did it. It was a meme among the community because it was like, yes, there's water. It's a game based on islands. A big island. What the heck was that? I don't have a dragonfly anymore. Probably should be careful. Save my game. Can I, like... I can! This changes everything. Ow. Ugh, I have been defeated. First death of the stream. First Spyro death of the... Well, no. Not first death of the stream. I take that back. I did fall a couple times. Ha! Take fruit. Fiend. Windmills and bugs. Truly, they know no bounds.
These darn bugs are making a joke of my expensive robot scarecrows. Can you chase them down and flame them, Spyro?
Okay. You know, that isn't too bad. I thought that mission could be a lot worse. Oh!
Yeah, there is a bad mission in this level, but the bugs aren't yet.
Okay. Wait, they're coming back. What? What in tarnation? Ah! Well, that's the end of that, I think. Oh, cool. Oh, that's bad. Where is it going? Something over there. Hi-ya! I did it. I did it, Reddit. One day Reddit will find this, and they will be amused. Ow! What hit me? Bee missiles.
It'll be quite that Reddit will be amused. It'll be more like Reddit has another whipping boy.
Indeed. I have to use advanced tactics. My advanced tactics have failed. Ow! Shoot, dang. No, don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Come on. Ah. Yeah. Nothing bad will happen. Something bad is happening. What? Nani? What? Oh, that's the edge of the level. I was like, what is happening? This is where I'm supposed to go, right? I was like, what's going on? Oh, I get it. I still don't get it, but I'm gonna pretend like I do. Oh, I got it. Nailed it. Oh, nailed it. Oh. Take that, Hopper. We won't feed no ants. I did it.
Way to go, Spyro.
Farmer John.
Them varmints won't be coming near our crops now. Can I offer you a reward?
I love these farmer robots. I guess they're not hillbillies. They're definitely farmers. Ah! Can you hear my screams? Do you recognize them? Na 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 da 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 da. What have you been up to these days, Josh? Other than being in a...
I used to drive my tractor all around the farm, but some fool robot blocked the path up. Do you think...
I mean, aside from hanging out with family, Games Done Quick's going on. So I've been watching that, getting hyped for various runs.
Very cool. Which runs are you excited for?
Well, tonight they're doing a Super Mario RPG run.
Ooh.
That's what I'm really excited for.
Glitch-free or glitches?
No, I'm pretty sure it's any percent, so that usually means there's going to be some glitches. They're doing Final Fantasy IV later.
Oh! Hey, hey!
I'm excited for.
What's... That's kind of cruel. Wow, that's very cruel. But GDQ is pretty cool. I need to watch that Majora's Mask one. I started watching it and then stopped because I don't have a computer to just kind of sit back, relax, and watch. I might actually go onto YouTube on my PS4 and watch it on this PS4 and watch it that way.
That's not a bad way of going about it.
I don't think so either. Oh, there's a Poffin over there. I need lives! Give it to me. Yes. Bzz. Hi.
Spyro, so close and yet so far.
25 orbs needed to use this portal. How many orbs do I have? 23. Alright. Let's look around some more. Boing, 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 boing. Soon we will move on to the third game. After the second game. And then that will pretty much wrap up the big ol' the stream, the thing that this is. Pretty much. Plus I wanted to stream another game.
What game?
I have no idea. I really have no idea.
I wish that was me. I have too many games I want to stream.
Could play through Spider-Man. Just 100%ed that game for those who are wondering why that's funny to me. Could do a Bloodborne run, Dark Souls 3 run. I could stream me finally beating Dark Souls 1 because I haven't actually beaten that game yet, even though I like it. I will be embarrassed to say that I have not beaten it yet. I end up doing something wrong every time and just not like doing things correctly. Oh, you watch these again? No, it's different.
I think it's the same.
Oh. I get they're loading the area. I just said, is this our first time doing a level again? I think it is. I've never noticed. Yeah. I don't know. I kind of like doing this. I don't think, I think I might post the streams of it. Ow! You jerk. What? Sparky.
Things just aren't this.
Wait, did the level restart?
Yeah, like you still have all the stuff that you already did, but enemies are back and etc. etc.
Oh. Okay. Cool. So enjoy. Yeah, anyway. There's two places where, like, two communities I'm a part of for Twitch, or no, Twitch, Discord, that I'm a part of that I could invite here for the third game, and that I'm thinking about doing so.
That'd be something.
Ouch.
Go back to Fracture Hills, kill the rock people. That's Kevin's suggestion to get more orbs.
What? No! I will not kill the rock people. I made my mistakes. I have been reformed. I'm like Uncle Iroh from Avatar. I once walked a path of violence, and now I do not do that anymore. Ow. You jerk. Ow. I walked that path, and I will not walk again. Frog, give me your soul. Frog's on the other. Ow! It's a boomafoo. Remember watching that show Zaboomafoo as a kid? And for one specific part, this just brings a lot of who I was as a child into light. But I would always love watching the beginning, where Zaboomafoo was like an actual lemur before he was the puppet. And you needed to feed him a snack in order to get him to his puppet form. Puppet form, like this is Dragon Ball Z or something. So, there was this machine that they would push buttons for with a bunch of other snacks. And I swear to you, 95% of the episodes used the exact same snack. So I kept watching and being like, hit the bananas! And it'd be the same thing, like some tangy fruit. And I'd be like, gosh darn it! What I enjoyed watching as a child. I loved watching Zaboomafoo. Yeah, there you go. I didn't have children programming for like PBS Kids, so I watched a bunch of nature documentaries as a kid. We lived out in the middle of nowhere, and that's what we had to watch.
I mean, for me, my favorite show from when I was a kid is one of my favorite shows is Red Green.
Oh, my parents talked about that show a bunch.
It's really enjoyable. I suggest everyone to watch it.
It's like a comedian, like, redneck how-to kind of thing, right?
Canadian redneck how-to.
Oh, even better.
Now, one of the things is oh shoot, what's it called? So the setup of the show was Red Green was a high-ranking member of the this lodge in Canada called Possum Lodge, and like he would, you know, come in and he'd tell you like what was happening with the lodge or like whatever, and it ranged from various stuff. Like one time they were like, you know what we need to do? We need to get some extra cash around here. Let's make a religion, and the main thing we do for our religion is bingo. And of course, you know, at the end of the episode, it's like, well, we can't technically do this. The government would get on us, and yada yada yada. But like, there'd be you know, other comedy sketches between. There was a fake game show, which was really funny. There was, of course, the famous handyman corner, where he'd do something to, like, you know,
nonsensical.
make it easy. Nonsense. Like one time he used a slide, what are they called? What are those really dangerous spinny things on playgrounds when you have the kids stand on it?
Merry-go-round?
As fast as you can.
Merry-go-round?
Yeah, like. Well, a merry-go-round has horses and such that you sit on.
Yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I think where I was from, we just called it a merry-go-round.
Okay.
I think there wasn't anything.
Well, one of those, and he was like, "Here's how you use a slide, a merry-go-round, and a merry-go-round to chop wood." And so what he ended up doing was he like hooked all this stuff up onto his truck, and he got bunches of logs, where he had the truck running, and the logs would go down the slide, land on the merry-go-round. The merry-go-round's holders would lift the axe up and slam it, and would end up slamming it down and chop the wood.
Dang.
And it was ridiculous stuff like that. And he'd always ended by saying, and if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. My all-time favorite bit was at the end, they'd have the Possum Lodge meeting, right? And so the whole group would be getting, like all the members would be getting together and be like, "All right, everyone, sit down, sit down." Once everyone's sitting down, "All rise!" And then they do the Possum Lodge thing and the Quando, Ami, Fungus, Moratai, sit down. And then they go through the man's prayer, which was, "I'm a man, and I can change. If I have to, I guess."
So I am missing something. I don't know where this third orb is. I know there's Mr. Sparkplug. Right up there. But I don't want to do his quest. But I can't find the third NPC.
You want a hint?
Challenge? I would love one, actually.
Okay. So, look to your right. Well, now you have to go back, but...
On the tree?
A group of... well, now it's to your left.
Okay. This way? Toward the balloon?
No. It's hard because you're on the stagger for me.
Yeah, there's a delay. Okay.
Alright, so it's on the other side of the river. See if I can do it like this.
Okay. Looking at the other side of the river?
Alright, you see that building right across from the bridge?
Yeah. Aiming at it between my horns. Here in a second.
You'll want to go to the not the side of the bridge that's closest not the side of the building that's next to the bridge, but the side that's away from the bridge. There's a character in that house on the other side of it.
Okay. Sweet. Thank you.
No problem.
I'm like, I cannot find this guy. There's a third mission around here somewhere. Oh, it's the Professor Gloopity Gloop.
Oh, Spyro, so glad you're here. I'm perfectly useless without my trusty pencil, and I seem to have lost it.
Don't put yourself down, Professor.
Egg. Perhaps you can trade it for my pencil.
Pick up the egg and trade it.
My, do I need that pencil back. Would you like to stop?
All right. So here's how this quest works. I'll just give you a hint because it's very hard to figure it out. There's a bunch of out-of-place spots in this level. So you got to look around for where you would logically put an egg.
Oh. I remember seeing something like that. There's one. Oh, and I gotta like spit it out at it.
Yep. So triangle to aim.
Okay, now I got a football. Now I got like a plant. Like a potted plant. Like over here. No! I'm upsetty spaghetti. Aha, the nest. Yahtzee! Don't know why I did that. Something about eggs in a dragon's mouth. Okay. Not hi. Are you friendly? You're chill. Okay. And the river with the ducks. That we're all sad. Gosh, this is like you get the big Goron sword in Ocarina of Time. Did not know you could run those things over, but hey, here we are. Oh, that's just sad. That duck thinks that fake one is its child. Because the real child died. Now you're all sad. That's it. I'll make a lore channel like Vadi Vidya, except for Spyro. I'll be famous! I've cornered a market that no one else thought to do, that no one else wanted.
That's basically how anyone gets famous on YouTube.
Yep. Get a marker and... Marker? What do I have in my mouth?
I believe it's another seed.
Okay. It's a bad thing to forget on this mission, honestly.
No, it's an onion.
An onion?
I just remembered where that's supposed to go.
I am somewhere I am not supposed to be. Oh, I love finding stuff like this. We have to ship Mystic Swamp right now. Oh, but boss, I haven't properly put the hitbox around this building. Nah, don't worry about it. Nobody will ever find it. You've been found, Jerry. You messed up. Ow. Oh, that destroys everything. Thought that was water. That, hope I can get back my onion. Have you seen that video? Josh?
Which video?
It's this, this video is the chef on one of those cooking shows. Not like Food Network, but like daytime news, morning television cooking segment.
Where it's the awkward interview with the chef in the quote-unquote kitchen.
I don't think so. It's more like somebody is... He's like cooking, and everything's like normal, except he can't pronounce the word onion. He says onion in a weird way. It's like onion. This is a nice onion. This is a big onion. This is a very large onion. This is like a 5-pound onion. Cut the onion in half, onion. It's just this scissor reel of him saying onion. I will have to link it at some other point in time.
Got me curious. Or, as Cell from Team 4-Star once said, "You had my attention. Now you have my erection."
Oh, Team 4-Star. Comment in this video if you watch Team 4-Star. And once again, we have quoted a arguably better YouTuber. No, it is a better YouTuber. I don't know where the arguably came in.
Oh, I mean, it's better because it's their job. We do this just to hang out.
Exceed. Dang it! With skills like these, I'm bound to go nowhere on YouTube. Although, to be fair, there have been moments when I've been screaming at my computer screen because somebody is not the best. Ah. Oh, we're gonna be picky, aren't we? You son of a gun. What's that one play with the giant plant that starts eating people? New York, it's a musical.
Little House of Horrors?
I guess. I don't know. That sounds right.
The one I know.
I don't know theater that much, or musicals. I can't, like, I don't know. For me, like, as soon as a musical and I'm watching it, I'm like getting into the story, I'm knowing the characters, I'm like, oh, you know, this is nice, this is fun, this is blah blah. And then they start singing and I'm immediately kicked out. Okay, so
this isn't like real life.
Yeah, well, it takes me out of the story and out of the scenario. And then I start thinking about other things because of my ADD, and then I'm just gone at that point. No, go away. I don't want to hunt after your weird flying squirrel things. That's a... Hey! Do you think this is it? No, it's purple onion. I don't think it goes into an urn. Oh. Have you been to the movies lately, Josh?
We went and saw Mary Poppins Returns for Christmas.
How was that?
It was good. Yeah. It was an enjoyable film to watch, and any problems I have with it is simply because I enjoy critiquing things, rather than I think it like does harm to somebody or something.
That's good. What were some of your critiques? Just because I'm not... Then I guess you can go into spoilers. Spoilers for Mary Poppins, I guess, because I don't think I'm going to see it.
I mean, the plot was just very obvious. It's that classic, you know, they're in debt, they gotta pay the money by a certain time, but they can't find the thing that will, you know, cancel their debt.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm watching through it, I'm like, oh, so the thing that will cancel their debt is this, just right there. This little thing. But then, like, a couple of the one of the songs mentions, like, is called "The Cover Is Nice, but the cover is not the book." And then one of the other ones talks about looking at things from a different perspective, and I'm like, okay, I get it. The thing we're looking for doesn't look like the thing we're looking for to save the house. Stop beating me over the head with it.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit annoyed with that, just because they kept hammering that in. After a couple of times, I was like, you're really ruining some very nice songs for me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy these songs, but you keep saying stuff like this, and all I can hear is you going, We're being sneaky, we're being sneaky! One of the characters, so they had an animated sequence, you know, where the live action characters are in an animated world.
Of course, of course.
Which was nice, and that had like one of my favorite lines in the film. It was really funny, well done. You know, huge props to that line. But also, like, they had a villainous character who was like the animated version of the villain from the film. Except the problem was the kids who had to deal with the animated villain hadn't met the real villain at that time. And I'm like, how do the kids know that the guy's little quirk is that he takes out his pocket watch and twirls it a bit?
Interesting.
And also, like, the structure of the film is the exact same as Mary Poppins. It's, like, legitimately, I'm looking through and I'm just going, okay, the next thing that will happen is animated. And the next thing will happen is we go off to one of Mary's relatives. And the next thing that happens is we go to the bank. And then after that, the kids get lost in London. And then this character will show up and get the kids out with a big number. And then so it just follows a rote pattern.
Yeah. I have no idea where to put this onion.
Okay, so actually you're pretty close. So if you go over to where you are chasing one of the thieves, the one where you go through that small cave up at the top.
Oh, okay.
That's where it is.
Go by the cave. Oh, I remember, in the cauldron. Right, okay. wonder what this was for. Yeah.
I mean, other than those few things, it's a good film. I really enjoyed it.
Coin. Coin. Coin.
Now, this one takes a little bit of a leap in logic. So, you're in a place with a lot of fountains, and you just got a coin.
Oh, cool. Nice. How on earth does this get him? Whatever. Anyway. I'm glad you went to the movies and enjoyed the movie that you have selected for yourself to watch.
What'd you go and see?
I saw
where that sentence was going.
I saw Aquaman.
Oh man, I was hoping for that movie, man.
So
Here, take this orb
hang
for
on.
safekeeping.
Let's let the professor before I dive into this. So I've read YouTubers who love this movie. Or I saw YouTubers who loved this movie. Yes, Kevin, the Ring of Fire! And my parents both loved the movie, and in fact, it's my dad's favorite superhero movie, period, because he was a huge Aquaman fan, like, not, non-ironically. Like, before Aquaman was a living joke, he was a fan of Aquaman.
I'm sorry, Aquaman was a living joke before your father was born. Let me tell
I
you
know.
that.
He grew up next to Lake Erie, and Lake Erie has a lot of like sailing and stuff like that, so he always thought swimming in the water and having those powers would be really cool as a kid.
Right.
I will tell you that the movie looks gorgeous. There are some, you know, it looks gorgeous. The acting is good. There was no actor or actress I thought, oh my gosh, they did terrible in this movie. The writing was so atrocious. I could not even deal with it. And like the mentality of this movie and DCEU tropes, I had my jaw to the floor for half the movie. I was sitting here thinking, someone made that decision. I found the movie to be enjoyably corny. It's not the corniness that I hate. Like, that's not the corniness. Corniness is fine. Like, I can deal with corny. It's just really... It's just minor things that I notice. And maybe it's probably me nitpicking, because if a bunch of people have enjoyed the movie, then, like, apparently something's wrong with my perspective. And it's like, okay, I just don't like this movie. I could go into specifics, but those would be... Oh, there are two scenes I could describe relatively spoiler-free, I think. Would that be okay with you, Josh, if you want to see it?
I'm fine.
Okay. So we're going into spoilers for Aquaman, the newest movie that came out. If you don't want spoilers for Aquaman, I would turn away right now. The first thing I had wrong with the movie was, and this is a personal thing for me, like, my favorite... let me see this real quick, and then we can...
Nobody said Ripto was brave. He's locked himself...
What?
Well, nobody said...
kidding me? Four? What? How did I miss these worlds? I didn't miss them. I just got the thing and then left? What?
To be fair, Fracture Hills and Magma Cone, you were memeing it up with the rock people.
Oh, right. Oh. So,
well,
ladies
you have
and
other
gentlemen.
ones that you can go to, because you go past Autumn Plains, because you've still got summer.
Oh, wow. Glimmer. Yeah, we're going to go back to these. We're going to come back to these. So, I'm going to travel there, because I can just travel from the guidebook. So, my favorite superhero. This is a very subjective point. My favorite superhero is Spider-Man. The reason Spider-Man is my favorite hero is because it recognizes the amount of self-sacrifice and, like, kind-hearted, like, goodness, altruism that comes with a hero. Like, you know, in Homecoming, there was a scene when Peter Parker was about to go. He was at Homecoming, obviously, and he was about to go dance with, like, the girl of his dreams or whatever, and he knew that Vulture was going to do a heist tonight, and he left the dance to go take care of the problem. Like, stuff like that. And he wouldn't, like, outright kill the villains because he thought that was wrong and blah, blah, blah. Stuff like that. So, the opening scene to Aquaman is there is a military submarine. You know. Which I don't think there's a non-military submarine, but I could be wrong. Anyway. They're, like, running around. They're, you know, they're under the sea. And then this ship comes, like an underwater ship, lands, and, like, lands on top of the submarine, and a bunch of these people go in, and they start taking over, and they're like, wow, we're pirates, blah. And so, they're pirates. At this point in time, we get a scene between a father and son, who's later revealed to be father and son, and I need to, like, stop playing the game to describe this. The father is like, son, you are ready to receive this knife, and this son's like, oh, this is too much, like, old. Like, what is this, old man? You think this is going to help me? You know, haha. He's like, no, let me explain this to you. This was your grandfather's knife when he was in the army, and he was called Manta, because he would shift through the waters so smoothly, and that was his nickname. And you look at the, you know, knife, and it has a manta on it, and so we obviously know that this is Black Manta. That's not what bothers me. The ham-fistedness is like, okay, it's fine for me because I know there's a lot of people who don't know who Black Manta is. And if you go back to, like, some Marvel movies, they over-explain villains as well because, you know, you don't know who these villains are. Because they're not as well known. So, it then goes to Aquaman, goes into the submarine, starts beating guys up. We see in this scene that he is bulletproof and, like, knife-proof. So Black Manta and him fight for a little bit, soon to be Black Manta, and they get thrown away. And then the father figure, like Father Black Manta, fires like a noob tube from the old, like, Call of Duty, like a grenade launcher attached to a rifle at Aquaman. And Aquaman flies backwards and hits the ground. He then gets up and he has an explosive, like, chest, like scorch marks basically on his chest, like nothing happened. Let me explain something. Minutes before my death, as you probably should have known years back. No, that's not it either. Here's the thing. So, a bunch of stuff happens, and what ends up happening is Aquaman, like, impales the dad to the wall with the pipe through his shoulder. Not the only shoulder injury we're going to see this entire film. And then the father rips himself off of that and fires another noob tube blast at Aquaman, and the Aquaman dodges out of the way, and a hole gets punctured in the side of the submarine. And then the torpedoes that were in there fall down onto the father, and this really heavy torpedo falls on the father. And so Black Manta is, like, pulling up, like, trying to pull this torpedo off of his dad, and he's like, come on, no, just do it. And the dad's like, no, son, you have to leave. And then Black Manta looks at Aquaman and is like, help me. And then Aquaman does the heroic thing and says, no, screw you. You killed a bunch of people. Let the ocean determine your fate. And walks up like a boss and leaves. And I'm like, okay, so that was rude. And it follows Aquaman for a little bit. And then, I kid you not, we watch for 3, 4, maybe 5 minutes of, like, Black Manta desperately trying to free his dad. And it's, like, really emotional, and he's, like, he's, like, starting to cry and everything, because he's like, I'm not gonna leave you, Dad, I'm not gonna leave you. And he's, like, trying to move the torpedo. And then the dad, like, pulls this, like, grenade, and, like, or like a detonator or grenade thing, and, like, pulls the pin, basically. It's like, you need to leave right now. And his son gets up and leaves. And then, as he gets into the bay, an explosion happens, and, like, you see him there, like, the explosion, flames, and smoke go around Black Manta, and then he stands there and is, like, so faced with so much pain, and then he gets really mad and goes up on the ship and flies away. Or, like, swims away. You know, fly, swim, their spaceship's underwater. And this entire time, I'm thinking, that was way too much time with Black Manta, because now, I'm with Black Manta. I want Aquaman to die. That son of a gun. Are you kidding me? Like, what were these guys gonna do to you if you freed them? Like, be real with me. They can't penetrate the skin that you have. They can't do anything to you. You're gonna find them again. And then later on, I kid you not, they give him, like, armor-making montage scene where he makes the Black Manta armor and the helmet, and there's even this joke where, like, he accidentally sets off some laser beams. He's like, I need a bigger helmet, blah, blah, blah. And then he fights Aquaman, and it's like they're setting their tension of a hero arc when there shouldn't be one there, and it's really confusing to watch. You know what I mean? Does this make sense to you?
I mean, it makes sense why you don't like it. I don't mind it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm coming to the fact that it's maybe me who just doesn't like this movie. Which is fine. And then, yeah. Even, like, the way he dies, too, is really gruesome. For, Aquaman, like, throws some, like, stone bolas at him, and it, like, wraps around his neck. So you got cement, like, a cement bola around his neck choking him, and then one of the balls flips around into his face as a laser beam goes off, so the laser beam explodes in his face. He flies off a cliff, bounces on the cliff, falls into the ocean backwards, and then with those cement things still around his neck, so he gets, like, lynched and drowned underwater. And he's alive. I'm like, no. No, you're not. I'm like, that was very gruesome for this guy that we saw, you know, his dad, like, die in this guy's arms, and we had a montage armor-making scene with him, and I don't know. It didn't...
We installed some gem lamps in this cave, too, but they're even harder to keep going. You'll definitely need this Superfly power-up to light the lamps.
It just comes down to a fundamental difference between Spyro. I do think so. I think Aquaman is just the opposite of what I think a hero is. I really do. I have come to that realization, Kevin, that maybe that's the difference for me. Because it's like, if you watch This is the difference between Marvel and DC, the DCEU to me. Thanks, mouse. I just did that. There's an anime that I watch, My Hero Academia, where two of the main characters that are rivals with each other. And lo and behold, in this rivalry, actually sometimes the protagonist wins and sometimes the rival wins. So it's actually a rivalry. Instead of being like, Yugi and Kaiba are rivals, and then Yugi wins every time. It's like, how many losses do you need before it's not a rivalry? But anyway, the main character thinks that a hero, you know, always saves the day, always saves people, is a symbol of, like, peace and, you know, justice, and beats the bad guy no matter what to protect people. The rival, on the other hand, is the mentality of the hero always wins and kills all the bad guys. So the main character is Marvel, who I think they're more focused on beating the bad guy, yes, but it's more about saving lives than anything. You know what I mean? And with the DCU, it's like Superman is like throwing Zod through 15 billion buildings to a point where it's like, okay, this is not saving the world anymore. You know, all the senseless destructions. And in Aquaman, there was a scene when a bunch of mega turrets turn around and start firing at the hero while they're being chased through a city with people in it. And I'm like, where are those laser blasts going? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the difference I'm seeing. What is happening? So that is to me the difference between what is going on with this? That is the difference between the two for me. Does that make sense? Oh my word, I can't figure this out.
Jump and fly. And don't look down.
Okay. Okay, where are the flame lamps he's talking about? Oh! There. Oh. Okay, cool. There's a lot of tinking on the other side. I can hear it. But am I crazy, though? Or is that just...
Thanks for helping me light the lamps.
You can have one of my old baseballs. Sorry I skipped through that dialogue. I probably should have let people read that. There you go. My rant's over. I'm just not an Aquaman fan. There we go.
Not an anti-hero fan.
Yeah. Essentially.
It's not that Aquaman's the problem, it's the fact that you don't like that kind of hero.
Yeah, I guess that is true. I was trying to think of an anti-hero that I actually enjoy watching, and I'm like, no, usually I'm not a huge fan.
Great! The Superfly power-up is active, and you can restart our gem lamps.
Can't believe I missed that. I have no idea what that comment... Do I like these? Oh, okay.
I think the biggest reason why I enjoyed it are that I have no attachment to Aquaman. The movie was at least bright and enjoyable compared to the character assassination that was Man of Steel.
Fair, yeah. I would say that. I would say the effects to that movie were beautiful. I thought the costuming was great. I thought the creatures looked amazing. And there was, like, no time limit to that challenge at all. What else?
But in the end, as they said in The Last Airbender, that wasn't a good film. Tell me about it. But the effects were decent.
The effects were decent. Yeah, that's kind of what I feel. Yeah. Guidebook revealed to me. Okay, there's one more in here. Yep. So I am not an Aquaman fan. I mean, Man of Steel, from what I heard, is a terrible Superman movie. But I've never watched... I'm not a huge Superman... I haven't consumed Superman media at all, so I have no idea what Superman's supposed to act like. But... I wish these movies were in color. True, Aquaman was in color. What was I gonna say? If you look at Man of Steel like a Superman movie, it's absolutely terrible. But if you look at it as a Dragon Ball Z movie, it's actually not half bad. It's kind of what you expected. I mean, it's a little weird to put Goku in tights and everything, and Vegeta's non-Widow Peak hair is kind of hard to get over, but you know. I really want to watch Man of Steel, but like, watch it once is like, what is this with a Superman movie? And it's like, okay, but what is this with a, when you look at it as a Dragon Ball Z movie? This is suspicious.
Hence to be darkened.
Hence to be darkened. Wonder Woman was... I enjoyed Wonder Woman. But again, she was not an anti-hero in that. Like, would you consider Batman an anti-hero?
Not really, if he's written well.
Yeah.
If it's
Okay.
Frank Miller running it, yes.
Well, yeah, but... It's Frank Miller writing it.
These little lizards have eaten
Beg
my
pardon? What?
entire crop of gems. I've tried hitting them with rocks, but they're too fast for me. You...
So, run that by me again, I'm sorry.
Oh, Batman, I wouldn't count Batman as an anti-hero unless Frank Miller is writing him.
Nice.
Yeah. Because even he, like, protects him. It depends on the incarnation of Batman, yeah. Because he seems to protect the innocent a lot, and everything like that.
That's the whole reason he started it. Like, at his basis, it's like the Joker said, it's just a sad little boy crying for mommy and daddy.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if it weren't so pathetic.
Yeah.
Oh, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.
Yeah.
Like the whole idea behind Batman is it's a kid going, I don't want anyone going through what I went through.
Yeah.
It's like if Anakin had actually gone back and freed the slaves on Tatooine.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of getting consumed by the dark side.
No, instead of getting, you know, stuck on Padme.
Yeah. Hooked up on boner.
I know there was a thing, like, I had a mother and friends who were in a really shitty situation, but this chick's hot.
You can pick up a rock.
Yeah. Oh, the prequels. I don't think I've ever asked you this. Did you see Last Jedi? Or the newest Star Wars? Let's open up a can of worms. Okay, never mind. Can of worms closed.
Oh, feel free. I do not care.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering your opinion on it because I have watched them and have not.
Here's my opinion. Rogue One has been the only good recent Star Wars film.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens in Episode 9, simply because...
From what I've heard, Episode 9 isn't happening.
Really? I heard it was getting... Is that true? Where did you hear that from? Because I would really want to know if that's the case. Oh, there you are, you little bugger. Okay, where do you move to? Oh, there we go. Cool.
Yay! You've saved my crop of gems from the lizards. Here, take this orb. Some girl with wings dropped it here yesterday.
Oh. Okay. Let's see. Okay, no, it looks like it's a little bit more nuanced.
What do you mean by nuanced?
So, they're not doing any more Star Wars spin-offs. So no more stuff like Solo.
Okay.
And they're focusing on on Episode 9, and then a new trilogy helmed by Episode 8 director Rian Johnson.
Really? Still? Interesting.
Yeah, but apparently from what I've heard about this follow-up trilogy is it's not going to focus on the Skywalkers.
That's good. I am curious about Episode 9 simply because it is a man whose entire world and everything has been butchered in front of him. And he now, like, imagine if you wrote a book, passed the sequel off to one of your friends. Your friend butchered everything you have ever set up and twisted all your characters around into something different, and then handed you the series back for this third book. Like, what do you do? Do you retcon the last book? I don't know. It's an interesting question.
The funny-looking guys with the shock sticks.
Oh, it's a projectile.
And apparently, there's going to be a set of Star Wars movies, which are headed by the Game of Thrones showrunners.
Kevin, your favorite was The Last Jedi? Well, Abrams left up questions with no answers because he didn't control the rest of the films.
I think y'all forget that Abrams isn't really that good of a director.
This is me shrugging, but no one can see it. Make me up inside. I thought I got orbs for this area.
So, like, the problem with Abrams is put my finger on precisely why I have issues with Abrams.
To be fair, I haven't seen any of his other works, so that's why I'm not, like, super critical about him or anything. I was looking at it as just like, I set up story. Story doesn't... Sheep, I accidentally killed you. I'm terribly sorry. I broke the peace treaty. Anyway, you know, I had nothing to do with thoughts on Abrams beforehand. No, I killed all the robo-sharks. That's what I did in this area. Because of a trophy, and then I didn't do anything else? Pace now. Fair enough. I don't know. I'll listen to a very interesting take about The Last Jedi from someone about Star Wars in general. Was a DM for like YouTube Dungeons and Dragons thing that I watch.
Right.
And the DM, like, the players were commenting on how somebody really didn't like The Last Jedi. And somebody else, they were debating about what to do with it. And somebody asked the DM, what do you think about Star Wars? And he said, I liked Star Wars, when I couldn't make my own worlds. And now that he could, he did not find much enjoyment out of Star Wars afterwards. Because he said, other than some of the books, it's a very, very clear-cut story. And I was like, huh. So I was wondering, as a question, is there any series that you've watched as a kid or as in the past that you really liked, but now that you like DM'd and have like made your own world, have come back to it and found that you didn't like it as much? You know what I mean? I thought it was just a very interesting question.
I've ended up DMing, and the more it's not that I think any particular book series like really bugs me, it's just I find most stuff like that, those book series, are all just interested in the one thing. And since we're talking about Star Wars, let's take that as an example. What's the whole thing with Star Wars? We've got to stop the Empire, because the Empire is doing bad things. And that's what three whole movies is about. Whereas I'm curious as to, like, okay, but, you know, what's going on with, you know, let's say Palpatine's family. You know, was he an only child? Did his father have brothers? What does he do about them? Palpatine is just like such a non-fleshed out villain, and that's what really bugs me a lot of times with a lot of stuff. Is just, you know, for some book series, that's fine. It's like you don't need to know that. You know, I don't need to know. Oh, hey, the evil rat in the Redwall series, Clooney. He was part of a litter of 12 rats. Only 3 of them are alive right now. Yada yada yada. But when your villain is the leader of a country, well, a galaxy in this case, and like has political power, can for all intents and purposes do good and bad things with this power. Does he do this to affect people that are familially close to him, or not? I always have all these questions of like the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Which can typically be like set off in like, you know, a paragraph or so, just saying, like in the description of Prince Humperdinck from the Princess Bride book, you learn a lot about his character from just a simple paragraph, which describes how he's built. And basically you come to realize this is like a really beefy guy. Because he's described as a barrel.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah, everything about him is a barrel.
Yeah. And so, like, good description like that is, oddly enough, hard to come by.
Mm-hmm, yeah. I've been attempting to write a novel, and I've found that that is very true.
I've been thinking of like writing a story as well, and the idea that I've always been toying with is a murder mystery with a druid as the detective.
There you go. He has to talk to the animals. The animals are the only one that know. Be
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Stuff like that. I think that would be like an interesting take on a murder mystery. But Kevin has an off-topic question.
Okay.
He's wondering if you've ever played Star Wars Bounty Hunter.
I have played Star Wars Bounty Hunter. It's one of the reasons I love Mandalorians and the crime world and like bounty hunters of Star Wars so much, and how I've really wanted a game focused on that. Rest in peace, Coruscant 13 Layers, the Star Wars game that was almost done with production that was supposed to deal with that and got canceled because Disney bought Star Wars. But yeah,
Bounty Hunter thing, we could all get together and play some Old Republic.
Yeah, Star Wars Old Republic. There's a yeah, that was one of my favorites. Yeah. You could do Star Wars like Edge of the Empires, which is a tabletop role-playing game. But I mean, we could just, if I could find it. I have never played Knights of the Old Republic. Didn't have anything other than a Nintendo console until I was a junior in high school. So I never got to play those, but I had a friend who did. And it's on my... I need to play those games, because I hear they're fantastic.
Well, Prequel Trilogy also had a very underrated game, and one that a lot... I mean, maybe if I went back and played it now, I think it sucked, but... I really enjoyed this Xbox exclusive game called Obi-Wan.
I think I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I played it as a kid, and I found it like super fun. It was very enjoyable as a Star Wars game. The sequel trilogy has loot boxes.
Indeed.
Shots
that
fired.
That is a fact. I mean, EA has contributed to the gaming world. Now loot boxes are banned in some countries, and it is now being considered gambling. As a where am I?
What a surprise! Gambling is considered gambling.
Exactly.
What is the world coming
to? Yeah, a lot of stuff like that. Flesh out the world. Yeah. I always... I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Yeah, I feel as though... Yeah. If I could get my hands on Knights of the Old Republic, I would definitely play it. And you know, with all the options there, with my love of bounty hunters, I would definitely be a Sith Lord in those games, because those guys are overpowered as crap. I meme, I joke, but I'm serious. If I did those, I would be a Sith. There's like no doubt in my mind.
And that's what I was in Old Republic. I was a Sith because I wanted to be a Sith that turned to the light side.
Yeah. See that?
I wanted to roleplay that game.
Oh yeah. Oh, we could do stuff like that non-stop. Oh, that'd be great. Plan it. We'll get a weekend free.
Not a bad idea. Once you get your computer.
Oh yeah, we don't even need to gather up IRL. We could just screen share and play that. That'd be pretty cool. I think I'm getting a desktop this time. Yeah.
To be fair, there are perks to having a laptop. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Well, definitely. I just think I'm gone are the days where I'll need a laptop, not just I can just have a desktop computer. What do you find more interesting narratively? A bad guy who becomes good, or a good character who becomes bad? Like corruption or redemption? Which do you prefer?
Say both in one story.
In case you would like both to be present in...
No, I mean, the hero gets corrupted and then gets redeemed later.
Oh, okay.
Like, I mean, Anakin Skywalker.
Okay.
If he had like truly been the focus of the story, I think that would have been really interesting. Is you see his fall and then his rise back up. Now his rise back up isn't, you know, the victory and the, you know, the bold and hero returning moment. It's I've done the right thing and now I die.
Mm-hmm.
I have done an important thing and realized the error of my ways and I die. And I really like that.
Split my head. I kind of feel the same way, Kevin. I feel like they're both very hard to pull off believably. Let's just find it. Oh my gosh, I think I found
Padme
it.
betrayed me. I must kill her.
Please tell me they're all here. Oh, you have 2 orbs. Thank God. I was like,
trying to tame my
oh, it's you.
Ray, but he just won't obey me. Hey, you're just about the right size to ride on his back.
Hey, Hunter.
Great. Hop on his back and guide him through each of the bubble rings as they appear. And remember, he's brand new, so try not to get him dented or scratched up. Okay.
Oh, that was... okay. I don't know. I think the typical... this is a really, really good redemption arc for this character. From bad guy to good guy is, what you said, Darth Vader. But I also think, like, Zuko from Avatar counts.
Well done. I suppose I owe you something for that.
And then
Here,
for...
take this orb. I found it in one of my flippers.
Do you find the fall of Anakin Skywalker very good?
Now that the manta ray's tamed, I'd love to get him into racing shape. Care to take him through a harder course?
Some of it yes, some of it no.
Okay.
I can totally get behind Sidious using Anakin's fear of his wife's death against him, and using that to corrupt him with the dark side. That is totally believable, and I am 100% behind that.
Mm-hmm.
I am not a believer at all in him thinking that one, Padme betrayed him in bringing Obi-Wan to Mustafar, and 2, a common theory about that is he believed that she was having an affair with Obi-Wan because of that. And I'm like, okay, I mean, no, and definitely not.
Incredible! You've got real talent. I could use a partner like you.
So I think it's just one of those things where it's like some of it was done well and some of it was not.
I agree. I do. I also think the whole not manta ray. What on earth are you? Oh, you're the king. Cool.
The water workers have kidnapped 6 of my children and have hidden them in the top of each of these
like him killing the sand
I
people.
borrowed some explosives to blast open the tower doors.
You get a more believable slow burn. You do. Hello, Nate. I saw that your Wi-Fi got fixed, but couldn't comment on it at the time. Yes. I do think so. I do think there is more believable story. Oh, that was violent.
If
Okay.
you can make it to the top of the 6-numbered towers...
Yeah, I mean, Jar Jar was useful in the extended universe. That's super believable.
Yikes.
Shots fired!
Shots fired! Is there a time limit you have to do this? I would assume not.
No, there isn't a time limit for rescuing his kids.
Cool.
You just gotta go to the different towers, that's all.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I do think, I'm sorry. I don't honestly know what to expect. 10:30 after work in the morning. Alright. I might finish up this mission and call it. I think, well, we're not finishing Spyro 2 today, as this is obvious. But yeah. Yeah, I do think there's more believable. Now, have you seen a turn to the dark side, in quotations, that is not believable at all? Or a redemption that was not believable?
Luke Skywalker turning to the dark side.
Oof. Bringing out some big old extended lore. Yeah, I agree. That was not very well. Oh, there's a crab here.
I understand like what they were trying to go for. It's like Darth Sidious, I have these people you care about. You must now work for me. And Luke's like, oh damn it. No, I better try and do something, like try and extend this time so that he doesn't like murder them.
Ah, well, might as well.
Might as well learn some dark sides techniques while I'm here.
Oh well, YOLO. I could just come back. My dad did it, so you know.
I get to be a Force ghost. I get to haunt my kids. Yay!
I want one thing from the sequel trilogy, is that Anakin Skywalker's Force Ghost comes as Darth Vader to Kylo, and Kylo's like, I have been as strong as you, and then just Vader just backhands him, and is like, no, you fool! He's like, what? Didn't anyone ever tell you that I turned to the light side? You turned to the light side? What has my child been doing? Luke! Get over here! Yeah. I don't think I've seen a villain turn good.
Oh my gosh, yes.
MLP Season 5 finale, worst redemption ever. What MLP? Oh, My Little Pony.
My Little Pony. Yeah, that was the worst redemption, quote unquote, of anybody. Holy crap, did I hate it. That was just... It was bad. Let me put it this way. They wanted you... the actions of this character caused... they go back through time to stop something from happening. But that ends up causing a lot of the villains that had been defeated in previous seasons succeeding.
Now we can swim in peace.
And so, like, a lot of crap goes down.
Mm-hmm.
But when shown this fact, when shown the fact that her making this choice, her messing with the timeline, does this, she's like, I don't believe you. And keeps doing it. And it's like, screw you. And then it's like, you're supposed to care about her because, you know, this thing happened in my past. A kid I really enjoyed hanging out with left. And that was it. He left. I felt lonely. I get the whole point of this show is friendship, but I can't think of anything better than that. Really?
This guy reminds me of Bob the Tomato. I don't know why. Just wanted to point that out.
I don't know, he looks a little bit more like, oh shoot, what's his name? Nebuchadnezzar.
Nebuchadnezzar. Yeah, I see it now. The bunny. The bunny. Oh, I love the bunny.
I love the bunny. Don't love my mom.
She was Joseph Stalin in pony form. That's terrifying. Gulags and all. That was a dark trip for them.
Actually, yes, I forgot about that. She did have the gulag.
Excuse me?
So, she had this village where the whole point was, like one of the big things in MLP is everyone has something they're good at, right? And it's a mark. It's the brand they get, you know.
She gets hers, and everyone's like, "What is it?" It's the sickle and hammer. Cyborg.
But she felt that the cutie mark divided people and made them feel that some were better than others. And
Fact.
All this stuff. So.
Okay.
So what she did was she created this magic spell that would remove people's cutie marks and therefore remove their ability to do their special thing. So everyone was equal. And she created a town for all these equal people. And no one could leave. Except she faked herself being equal because she had to be able to cast the spells. Because
like a true communist.
Exactly! Kevin is not joking when he is referring to her as Stalin.
Slavic music intensifies. What's the darkest villain you can put in a children's show? Like, the peacock from Kung Fu Panda, I think, is pretty much up there. Who's like, yeah, he low-key committed genocide against all pandas. I don't know. Like, what's the... And I mean, like, an actual, like, kids movie. Not like a weird 80s dark movie. But I mean, like, this is definitely for kids and, like, everything. But the villain does some really messed up stuff. Where the propaganda was repeated on the radio 24/7. I don't know if you're memeing with me at this point, Kevin.
No,
I have no
he's
idea.
not. He's not. There was
Holy
a prison that the main characters get sent into, which had a propaganda radio station going 24/7 to try and convince them to join their group.
Somebody at the MLP studio got really insecure that he or she was writing for MLP. Oh, it's this place.
Darkest character in a kid's movie. I mean, as much as I want to say Watership Down, just because I've been watching the hell out of that movie the last couple weeks.
Which was this again?
Watership Down?
Oh, yeah.
I've been watching the absolute heck out of that movie. But it's not really a kid's film. It's rated as a kid's film, and a lot of people think of it as a kid's film. But to be honest, the author puts it best as this is a story that people of any age can enjoy. So, I really would not consider it a kids' film. Outside of that, Brave Little Toaster doesn't have a villain. Fern Gully had an interesting villain, but he doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I would not count Fern Gully. I just got eaten by a bush.
Because
the Fern Gully slime guy was not really... I would call him dark. I think
he was...
I think what he represented was more terrifying than
himself.
You know who I think is actually a terrifying villain when you think about, like, what he stands for? Hopper from Bug's Life.
Yeah.
He is very, like, real. Like, the scene that is forever echoed in my head is when he's talking to the two hoppers. It's like, there's just one ant, and he's laughing. He's like, throws the one little bean rice grain at him. He's like, yeah, does that hurt? No. How about this? They're like, no. How about this? And he pulls the entire cap off and, like, basically kills two guys, number one, and says, if one ant stands up to us, then they all might stand up to us. And they outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they realize that, there goes our way of life. And I'm like, holy crap. That's a lot to think about.
Yeah. No, Hopper's a good choice.
Because it's like, I don't think... Because to me, like, the scariest part of that is not... Oh, you know, he's doing things. It's not
he's
like an over... Yeah, it's like, it's not an overemphasized evil either. It's like this actually, you know, is something that people do. You know? Who else? Azula was pretty dark. Yeah. I don't think she was overly dark for the show, though. You know, in a show where it's based off of like 100-year war as like a framework, I don't think having her being a psychopath killer is like, if nothing else, she was a sadist. She was a sadist. But again, I wouldn't consider like that a very different tonal shift in Avatar. Because you had so much war and darkness and chaos and everything there.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm just looking through kids' films here.
Yeah, I mean, the Fire Lord wanted to burn and salt a continent. I mean, I don't know if that's not sadism, but that's pretty. You know, it's pretty brutal.
So, the Goonies.
I have not seen the Goonies.
Just stand still,
Okay,
he says.
the villains
Turn
in that
your boots to gold, he says.
Capture one of the kids.
Oh, hi, Spot.
And in an attempt
Just
to make him
stand still,
talk,
he says. I'll turn your boots to gold.
start putting his fingers in a blender.
Oh, hi, Spyro.
Now the fingers don't touch the blender, but I never watched the Goonies for years after that scene.
Yeah.
Or my personal favorite, the Nothing from Neverending Story.
I've been experimenting with a new potion. I'd like to try it out, but the Earth Shapers have made going out a bit difficult. Could you kindly...
No.
Okay, I'll be waiting here, but Hunter will be very angry with me.
I can't kill these rock people. I can't do it.
Well, for the alchemist, you don't have to kill the rock people.
Oh, okay.
You just have to move them around so that they don't kill the alchemist.
Will you escort me past those Okay.
No. I refuse to help this land. Ha 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 ha! The meme lives on. Long live the rock people. Never-ending story. I don't think I've seen Never-ending Story. Maybe I have, I just can't remember it. Oh yeah, these guys. See ya, Kevin. Have a good night, man.
Ta-ta.
Ta-ta, dear sir. Oh, there are more rock people in this world.
10:30 already? Almost. I gotta get going soon, too.
Oh, okay. Did you want to stay and play a game, or no?
What game were you thinking? The Super Mario RPG speedrun is happening soon.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then. I couldn't offer a game that you could like watch that and do at the same time. Ow. Jeez, please. I guess I'll call it here, actually. We'll return next time for some more orb hunting, and need 40 orbs to complete the game, and we have 31. Thinking about might not do these just for memes. Got Icy Speedway, Metro Speed. I did these. I did these.
Yeah, but you didn't get the secret orbs.
What? That's baloney.
There are hidden orbs in all the Speedway levels.
Yeah, that ain't happening. See, 2 in robotic farms.
There's also another level there that you're missing.
Oh, that's true. So that's another 3 potentially. Oh, we can find the other 3 in the overworld here. 1 in Isle Springs. What?
Oh, 3 in Summer Forest? Oh, those would be simple.
Yeah.
And the one left over in Hurricos and Sunny Beach.
Colossus.
Oh yeah, just get the ones in Summer Forest, and let's see, it's 3.
So 3,
4, 5,
4, 5,
6, 7,
6, 7.
And then you just need 2 more.
Yeah. So we'll return to Summer Forest next time and do things from there. I think that's the plan. And then we might face Ripto and move on. So yeah.
Well, I will talk to you later then.
Yes, I will talk to you later. You have a good night. Dark Souls tomorrow?
Yeah.
Sick. Awesome. Alright. I will...
Alright, talk to you later.
Yeah. Alright. See you, everyone. Come back next week. Same time, same Spyro stuff. Tally-ho!